So
Okay, yeah. Here we go. This is Kevin Blakeman. I know him because he's a palm oil-free chef, and that's what I love. And we're going to get more to that later. But Kevin's here today with a Gallipoli-inspired dessert using Anzac biscuits, which look pretty sensational.
They're very good.
To be said. And they taste okay as well. And this is something that you have at your restaurant.
That's
at
correct.
Your hotel.
Yep, that's right. Yeah,
the Mercure.
it's a VU restaurant in the Mercure. I wanted to give a sort of do what I could for, being thankful. My generation will never have to go through what previous generations did. So it was just my way of trying to do something.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so how does it work? Because there's lots of different kind of ingredients.
Of
yep, and you've got your Anzac biscuits to make first.
In the final dish, there's 11 ingredients. One of those ingredients is Anzac, so obviously we're going to make them first.
Okay.
The thing about Anzac biscuits is they're one of the nicer biscuits, but they're so easy to make as well, So, we'll just get going into those, really. It's basically following the simple method of adding your wet to your dry. So we've got sugar, flour, oats, coconut, sticking very traditional.
Yep.
The only thing that I add that's a little bit different is cranberries. I like a little bit of fruit in my Anzac biscuits. Sometimes it's frowned upon, but it's still sticking to the traditional
no frowning here.
Recipe, So
we're allowed to do whatever we like.
So when we got them, we've also got on here butter and golden syrup bubbling away. Now, the part I like most about making Anzac biscuits is when you add the baking soda, sorry.
Yes.
How it foams up. So we're hoping that's going to happen now as well. So there we go. We've got
look
a little
at
foam
that.
there, so we'll just make sure all of these
reaction.
make sure all these are nicely combined first, and then we'll add in our bubbling golden syrup mixture.
Super easy, and no eggs required. Hence one of the reasons that they were good to.
Yep. So there was a big shortage of eggs, and also they kept a lot longer as well. So that was where they were kind of born, really. It was a big part of them. So, and I still add this quite warm, so you have to obviously be a little careful when you do it.
But you add it while it is hot. You don't necessarily have to cool it down.
Yeah, I like it like that because actually I feel like that's what helps make it a little bit softer.
Yeah.
Now you can actually change this depending on how you like an Anzac biscuit.
Well, crunchy on the outside and chewy in the middle.
That's how I feel. It's perfect.
Yeah.
The odd person likes it purely crunchy through, and the others. So it kind of changes up a little bit. So you need to give this a good mix through.
Yeah.
And like I said, this will become part of our eventual.
If you did want to change that then, and you just wanted it crunchy the whole way through, how do you stop getting the chewy bit? Do you just cook it for longer?
Well, actually, to get it crunchier, you just do it thinner, a lot thinner. So I did when we were doing the testing for the dessert, we did a version that was crunchy as well.
Okay.
But we serve them straight hot from the oven at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So we want them to be chewy because it nicely melts with the ice cream that we put on there as well.
You bet. Okay, cool.
So when that's thoroughly mixed, all we're going to do is we're going to use our sprays on the tray there, and we're just going to roll them quite tightly. Again, size matters to you on how big you want your Anzac biscuits as well. So you can do quite small ones. You put them on in a ball and just give them a press with your hand.
Beautiful.
Now that'll make them really chewy
because
they're really thick. You can obviously go thinner. And
beat them further if you want them crispy.
Yeah, exactly.
Make them flat.
The bigger they are.
I made these with my son. He's only 2.5, so that's how easy they are as well. So he was doing the rolling and I was doing the pressing.
Nice.
So you can obviously do bigger ones like that as well, which is kind of that's about the size we do now, and that's 8 minutes in 160 degrees.
Perfect.
So in true TV style, I have made some earlier.
Of course you have.
Which we're going to plate up to do the dessert.
I mentioned just at the top of the show that you are a palm oil-free advocate. What got you interested in that?
So I moved to New Zealand 9 years ago, and on the way stopped off in Singapore, and we had breakfast with the orangutans, and that was when I learned about palm oil then. And from then it just grew, and the more I looked into it, the horror of it was just horrendous, So it just sort of grew from there, and I made my last job was the first palm oil free eatery at all in New Zealand.
God damn.
And at Mercure now we're actually palm oil free with the food, and we're just working on the rest as well.
So good on you for making a difference.
So what have you got in here?
We actually serve it in the mess tins, and also we serve it with a war story as well from a soldier, and we just do a bit of kiwi on it and a bit to represent the other side as well.
Is it like a vanilla custard?
So yeah, it's we've got anglaise in there first, so we really coat it in there, and then the Anzac biscuit straight from the oven, and we've got some soft meringue as well as hard meringue as well as soft meringue.
Oh.
Just squirt these in here, and then we do our.
Who's come up with this? Is this sort of like
So this
an
was-
original creation?
Yeah,
for you
this was
guys?
my little brainchild. It took me weeks to create. What I basically do is all the proceeds go to the RSA, and each little component represents something else. It's quite quite hilly and.
What's the meringue representing?
Well, in there as well as Kiwiana.
Yeah,
and,
right. Okay.
meringue
Yeah,
is very
cool.
much sort of Pavlov. This is mint
Yeah,
powder.
yeah.
So we've got the meringue, we've got the custard, we've got some freeze-dried mandarins, and blackberries in there as well. I love the freeze-dried products. And then we have some raspberry powder. Takes delight, of course.
Yeah.
Favourite.
And then we just have a drizzle of honey, or we use honeycomb sometimes. And then we finish that off with the biggest Kiwi classic, which is
Oh,
How cool
Let me
is this though,
guess.
Ginny?
Pokey Pokey ice cream.
Isn't this cool?
and it's palm oil-free ice cream too.
Exactly.
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah. So they put the ice cream on. Yeah, we serve it in the mess tin. And we've even had a couple of tiers in the restaurant, which is not what we aim for, but it
Just with the
lets
war
us know.
stories.
Yeah, it lets us know that we're doing the right thing, you know. So
Absolutely.
and that is how the dessert is served.
I love it.
Just gorgeous, isn't it? And what a
Perfect.
cool in the mess tin. Very neat indeed.
Very
Thank you
sweet.
so much, Kevin. Yes, indeed.
Yes, very
Imagine
sweet.
trying to get through that, Esther. We might even have to go halvesies.
Okay.
I don't think I can do the lot.
No, I don't either.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
We're very nice
Lovely
to see you
to meet
again
you.
soon. Cool. After the break, you may not be thinking about spring, but your garden certainly is. Linda Hallinan has all you need to know about planting spring bulbs next.
For a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back.